Yeah. 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 Step into the bayou where the chatter gets wild. Truth served fresh with a wink and a smile. From gators to gumbo, it's a party. Let's sing. Welcome to the show. It's Bada Bing. We got flavors of the South with a 90s vibe. Stories roll deep and the beats arrive. Grab a seat, feel the heat, let the good times flow. It's the Bayou Jammin', ready, set, go. Bada Bing, Bayou. The stories unfold where the swamp's alive and the truth is bold. Tune in, lean in, the vibe's so dope. Bayou beats in your ear, we the crew you'll quote.
Ciao a tutti.
Or as we say in Louisiana, hey y'all.
My name is Patrick Ross Campisi.
And I'm Lawrence Joseph Ingraffia.
And you are listening to
The Bada Bing Bayou Podcast 2026 edition.
That's right, Lawrence. We are almost to a year. I think we started in March.
I think it was
first
March.
started recording. Yeah,
I think that's right.
We released in June. We released
That's right.
around the SIA event. But I mean, we've been talking about this since this time last year after IFL.
That's right. We conceived the idea post IFL, and then it helps when you're when one of your best friends and your co-host happens to be a band member and has all of this recording equipment and sound equipment that you might need to start a podcast.
Exactly. And as y'all have probably noticed, we have taken a hiatus, so we appreciate the patience and understanding throughout the holidays, because as we'll talk about in a little bit, it was absolutely crazy. A lot of stuff happened, a lot of stuff to catch up on. But as we talked about in some of the previous Negroni Nights episodes, which is what this is now, we're going to be virtual for, I'd say, a good portion of the 2026 season, because Lawrence and
I would say so.
Don't live in the same state, nor are we 30 minutes, not even, we're like 15 minutes away. But when we get back together, it'll be glorious, and we'll be back in our full BBB glory.
I have a new tracksuit specifically ready to go for the return of BBB in person.
I will tell you that at IAFL, I got a lot of comments about the LSU tracksuit. So
did you?
It might have to make another reappearance. It was awesome.
People were a fan of the LSU tracksuit?
I'll say, I don't remember if that was the same episode, but they loved the LSU tracksuit, and they also loved the Dating an Italian American episode. So we might have to do a part 2 on that.
I knew that they would.
Yeah. Got to give the people what they want.
And you know what? As a man of the people, it's not only something that I want to do, but it is something that I'm obliged to do. I have to give the people what they want.
Exactly. Well, as we have done in tradition for Negroni Nights, we're changing it a little bit tonight because it is late. Lawrence and I are exhausted, and it's only Wednesday, the day we're filming this. So instead of a Negroni, we have ourselves some caffeine, some cafe, which we need. Oh, there you go. Beautiful.
Check that out, boys and girls.
Got to represent. Well, to salute to 2026, but also to our dear friend that Lawrence unfortunately missed at IFL, Tony Mange, commendatore.
Tony Mange.
Commendatore.
Commendatore.
Oh, there you go. Oh, man. Let's get this party started.
Let's do it to it.
Oh, I remember last year, probably end of November, beginning of December, because we were rushing, trying to get all types of episodes out, episode ideas, editing, everything to stick with our cadence and timeline.
Right.
And then the holidays, Thanksgiving and Christmas, and I mean, we just were slammed with everything.
I haven't had a free weekend since the weekend before Thanksgiving.
Yeah, likewise. We were traveling all over.
All over.
So starting around then, Lawrence and I, brainstormed some ideas as far as episodes that we'd want to do. And of course, we've actually got some feedback. We got a couple of connections that we're going to start planning upon and actually putting into action, interviews.
The phrase that the hip young podcasters out there and the influencers in the world would use, the buzzword you might say, is we're going to leverage those connections.
As somebody who is in finance, leverage is a great thing. We can have an episode on that if you'd like to go to sleep. At least my fiance falls asleep anytime I talk about that.
Did you hear that, ladies and gentlemen? Patrick, would you please repeat that F word?
My fiance.
His fiance.
I got engaged over the break.
Yes, you did.
And it was not a one-man show. I had a team of people helping me out with this. My uncle, who's a jeweler, did a beautiful job with the ring. But even
Did he? Did he ever?
And in addition to that, what made the event, the night, the occasion, whatever you want to call it, so special was that I had the one and only Dr. Lawrence J. Ingraffia, and his lovely girlfriend, Miss Robin, to help us with a proposal.
That's right.
We could do a quick little story on that.
Well, we should. It deserves a story.
Yeah. So
I mean, this is supposed to be the catching up episode. Like, we would be remiss not to give the people what they want, which is the story of your and Andrea's engagement.
And I think we'll probably plug in the video that we made from it. And actually, we might throw in yours too. Lawrence does a great job. If you're looking for somebody to be like a PI, even though he's 6'4", he somehow manages to...
I appreciate the extra inch.
Every time, my friend. He somehow manages a way to blend in and with the crowd. And of course, we know what Lawrence looks like, but this giant man, I didn't see him until after everything happened. But all that to be said, this was probably 3 weeks. We got engaged on the 18th of December, and I knew that we were flying back in to visit with my family because the weekend before Christmas, we always do a Kudaluni party with all the Campeses. And it's a Sicilian dish that my Uncle Ross, he always would make. So that was something, Andrea, my fiance, she met pretty much, not all of them, but a good portion of my cousins that weekend, whom she had never met before. But going into that, I was like, all right, 3 weeks out, I knew I wanted to get the ring. And like this perfect, the Roosevelt, if anybody's been there during Christmas time, is beautiful. I mean, you got lights everywhere. It's a place to be. And so I called after I got the, put in place to get the ring, called Lawrence and I said, look, man, I know we had a double date scheduled for this would be the 18th. This is what I'm planning on doing. Can you help me? And of course, my brother said, absolutely. And we rallied Robin into it, and she did a wonderful job. She's a fantastic actress. I got to put that out there. She did a fantastic job.
For those of you that don't know, Patrick first met my girlfriend whenever Patrick and I were knocking out some episodes whenever he was here in the fall. And, Robin was like, oh, hey, I know y'all were busy, late at night doing the podcast thing. Do y'all want breakfast? I was like, yeah, sure. Like, that'd be great. Surprise us. And she shows up with 50 chicken minis
from Chick-fil-A with coffee. And
with coffee in hand.
Lawrence didn't quite do that story justice because we were up until 4 a.m. And this was at 9 a.m. that she showed up.
Yeah. Yeah. 9 a.m. Like bags of Chick-fil-A in hand. Yeah. Like, please eat, boys.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah. So an angel.
She really is, though. She's great. She's wonderful. But all of that to say, Patrick had met Robin. Andrea had not met Robin. And that is why Patrick said that she's such a great actress because the way we had it situated, it was me, Patrick, and Robin in a group text. And so Patrick was like, all right, we're about to come down, whatever. And so then I was like, all right, Robin, I was like, you go stand like in between, like where the Christmas trees are and the lights, and then, the entrance to the Roosevelt. And she did that. And it was perfect because Andrea had never met Robin. Mm-hmm. So, Patrick was like, oh, this is great. Patrick's like, I'm just going to go up to her and like ask her to take a picture of us. All the while, there are like 2 6-foot-tall white Christmas trees that are kind of situated in front of a pillar in the hotel. And so, me, 6'3", I was like, all right, I need cover. So I decided to go behind these trees. I had my camera, and people were just kind of looking at me, and I was like, don't look at me. My buddy's about to propose to his girlfriend. Like, don't do this. Like, you're going to draw attention. And, but yeah, I mean, Patrick, so like, take us through. You send the text message, hey, we're coming down the elevator until the moment you pop the question. Yeah. Like, give us the whole rundown.
So I sent the text, and I was hoping that, because like service was kind of spotty, so I was like hoping that they saw it and that they were down there at the right time and we weren't early, whatever. And I had to have the ring in the box on me, and I'm worried that it's a giant bulge on the side of my jacket pocket. I'm like, I'm walking funny, trying to hide it, but act normal, act cool. So we get down the elevator, and it's just like mayhem. There's so many people down there because it's the weekend before Christmas. So we maneuver our way over to the main entrance because that's, again, where we said we would meet. But also, it's a great photo op.
Yeah,
so
for those of you that don't know, if you want good Christmas pictures, go to the side that is close to the Orpheum Theater. Don't go on the side where Dominica is located.
Because I think that's technically the back of the hotel. It's the exit. The entrance would be the Orpheum side. So we walked over there. And Robin is having to like dodge people who are asking her to take photos because she obviously is going to be waiting for us. So I see Robin, we make eye contact and, kind of like nod or whatever. We walk up and Andrea, not knowing any of this is going on, I was like, hey, would you mind taking a photo of us to Robin? She said, of course. So we go and take a photo. And the plan was we take a photo and we'd go and check, make sure that the photo looks okay. And I say, oh, let's take one more. That is a little bit of odd behavior because I'm typically like one photo, we're done. And Andrea was like, no, the photo looked good. I think it was fine. So we go back, we're standing there. And as we're walking back, I start talking to Andrea, this is, where we first started dating, blah, 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 blah. And she's like, this random woman is taking a photo of us. Not right now. She's looking at me like, stop talking. Let's take a photo. And then finally, we'll see in the video, I pull the box out and she's bewildered, like, can't believe it. We'll have to give a shout out to the man in the Santa Claus hat in the background. When we have the video, just keep an eye on him. He's in the back left. I think he really made the moment. He amplified it. He stopped that because there were people, I don't know if you watched it. There are people.
I don't remember that guy.
Oh, yeah. There are people walking up and he like hands out, stops them. And like, you're not moving until, she says yes.
Hell yeah.
So, she says yes, of course. And then we take the final photo. But thank God, Robin, she told me to do this, put my photo on live, and she just kept hitting the button. So we have like a montage of all the short little live photos that made a video for it, rather than having a video of it. So we'll throw it.
You also do have a video of it.
I do have a video of it.
Granted, I didn't have the best angle because I had to stay concealed.
It's like peeked from behind. It's like a PI, a private investigator. It's like peeked from behind the tree. Oh man, it was a beautiful event. Couldn't have gone more perfect, and I have to give a shout out and thanks to Lawrence and Robin for that. So thank you all.
We were happy to be a part of it. It was an honor.
Yeah. So things have been so busy since then. Of course, wedding planning and all of that. There's going to be a summer wedding back in my home state, back in the Big Easy. But yeah, man, just since then we had holidays, we had Christmas, we had New Year's, IFL helped out. I had to help plan with that. It's just a lot. Now we got San Giuseppe coming up. I mean, it never ends.
The Italian American Super Bowl, to quote one John Viola.
Exactly. And
we didn't say it. He did.
Well, it's going to be a good year because do you know who the Grand Marshal is?
Do I know who the Grand Marshal is?
One of our dearest friends.
Miss Lena Prima.
The one and only Miss Lena Prima.
The one and only. This is the significance of it. This would be the 50-year anniversary of when her father, Louis Prima, was the Grand Marshal of the St. Joseph's Day Parade, New Orleans.
Exactly. So it's going to be a special time. We hope that all of our IFL friends and just Italian American friends from all over the country come and join us. I know we had a delegation of like 10 last year. And
something like that.
It couldn't have been better.
Plus a girl's mother, but yes.
Yeah, well, make it 11.
Yeah, why not?
I mean, came all the way.
Bring your friends, bring your family.
Bring your mom and your grandma.
That's right.
Your mama.
How's your mom and them?
How's your mom and them? Exactly.
Uh-huh.
Well, that's my update. Lawrence, what's been going on with you?
Well, let's see. Outside of helping you with your engagement, I don't want to talk about work because who wants to hear me talk about work on this podcast? I've been very busy. It's abundantly clear. That's why you and I are both drinking coffee at, 8:13 Central Standard Time, 9:13 your time. Exactly. But yeah, man, no, there just hadn't really been a free weekend since the weekend before Thanksgiving. And what a wild ride it's been in Baton Rouge because Brian Kelly was fired. Mm-hmm. We hired Lane Kiffin. And, the whole national media is out there painting Lane Kiffin as this villain. Meanwhile, Lane Kiffin is just going to work behind the scenes, jet setting, going meet guys in airports, getting recruits from the transfer portal. We have the number one transfer portal class. He is rebuilding the foundation at LSU. Going to have LSU competitive again. I'm excited about that. But yeah, man, it's been wild in Baton Rouge with what's going on in college football, and I baked so many cookies, and I feel ashamed because I still have to get cookies to a lot of people that I promised cookies to, and I just haven't had time to do it because I haven't been home.
Mhm.
It was like when I went home to bake, it was like, oh, bake the cookies, go to sleep, wake up, go back to Baton Rouge, get ready for work. But man, I will say it was. We talk about the Dating in Italian America episode, and that one was very popular with the masses, which I thought it would be, and you did too. But we also talked about dating outside of the culture,
Mhm.
right? Okay, so for those of you who don't know, my girlfriend Robin, she is not Italian, like not at all.
Mhm.
She is English, she is Scottish, she is Irish, and she got a little bit of Viking DNA because the Vikings and the English people, they go back, right?
Yeah.
Anyways, so not a drop of Italian, Sicilian blood whatsoever. And man, I'll tell you what, she just like seamless integration with, baking the cookies. Obviously, she didn't get the recipes, but, we told her, she took directions very well. She was very handy in the kitchen, and we got it whipped. We got it whipped.
There you go. I mean, you can't ask for more than that.
No, you really can't. And I didn't get to do as much hunting as I would have liked. I got to go sit in the woods a handful of days and didn't see a damn thing. But you know what? It's nice just to be out there and appreciate nature and have some quiet time to yourself.
Yeah, that is what I'm looking forward to this winter, this hunting season, is getting back out to my uncle's got a place called Valhalla, and it pretty much is because it is heaven out there. So it's out in the middle of nowhere, out in Gaydon, Jennings, Louisiana, and I mean it's the duck capital of the world. So if you like the duck hunt, that's the place to be. And it's just so nice disconnecting.
Is it really the duck capital of the world? I hear Stuttgart, Arkansas is the duck capital of the world.
There's Ducks Unlimited's there, right? Isn't that where they drop all the feed? Yeah, that's why.
Yeah,
I don't think it's illegal for them to bait the ponds up there. That's another conversation.
Yeah, that is a very different conversation.
Yeah.
Speaking of that, Louisiana Senator Kennedy wants congressional action to. You saw that, right?
No, but I love Kennedy.
Oh yeah. Well, his whole thing was like, the duck hunters in Louisiana aren't shooting ducks in the numbers that they want to shoot, and his rationale being that, they're stopping north of Louisiana because people are flooding cornfields and soybean fields, and they're holding the ducks up there. I don't know how true that is. I'm sure ducks, when they migrate south, obviously they want to avoid cold weather. And they need to find food. But, I think really it's probably the cold weather that pushes them more than anything, right?
Yeah, but, I mean, food is also – they got enough feathers. I think they can weather out a little bit of cold weather. They want to stop for food. And if you got an abundance of it, like a flooded cornfield or soybean field,
right.
then yeah. I mean, look, I think a lot of it is conjecture. I don't know for a fact. I haven't seen any reports or data that says otherwise. But just from what I hear, it's – states like Arkansas or those wherever Ducks Unlimited is, not to attack Ducks Unlimited. I like Ducks Unlimited.
Yeah, that's right. They do a lot of great things.
They do, but it has had a negative effect, at least on the hunting experience down in South Louisiana for sure. From when I used to go hunting 20 years ago to hunting say 5 years ago, it's changed a little bit in the last 5 years. But 20 years ago, I mean, it was every single weekend. And when we first moved out to Jennings, it was the duck capital of the world, and it was hit or miss. It's coming back for what reason I don't know. I'm happy about it. I mean, they limit out every hunt they go on. But yeah, I mean that's a whole other episode. We're gonna be boring the audience with this.
You're right. We probably would.
Well, I know to tease upcoming episodes because we want to keep Negroni Nights between 15 to 30 minutes.
That's right.
Teasing
keep it light, Dutch. Keep it light.
Keeping it light. I know to tease, we will be covering IFL, and I think we'll probably have a few guest appearances from those past attendees because this was a fun year. I mean, IFL 4 it was the biggest one we've had. He only keeps getting bigger. And next
Right.
year is the big year 5. So lot of anticipation to see what is to come there. Outside of that, obviously we've got more conversational topics for Lawrence and I to cover in Italian America, and just on what's going on with the Bada Bing crew.
That's it.
That's it. That mic drop moment right there.
Mic drop. I don't want to pick this thing up and drop it because it's not mine. It's yours.
I appreciate that. Thank you.
I don't want to
Lawrence.
damage your property. That's a trespass to chattel. That's what
Exactly.
the law would call that.
My attorney, everybody. So with that, this has been the Bada Bing Bayou podcast. My name is Patrick Ross Campisi.
And I'm Lawrence Joseph Ingraffia.
Ciao, y'all.
Y'all come back now.
Eddie?